it means to be a child of God, how can you dare any longer walk in your sins? That's what Paul asked the people. He said, know ye not that you are the temple of the Holy Ghost? When you have understanding as to who you are in Christ, how can you walk in sin? When you understand that you live in Zion, that you have come to the city of the living God, that you live where God lives.
All right.
Hallelujah. That the blessing of God is on you. How do you, the man said, how can I sin? How can I do this sin against my God? That's what Joseph said when the woman tried to make him sleep with him. He said, how can I commit this sin against my God? All that, God, don't you understand where I live? I live in a blessed place. The favor of God is for me. The hand of God is for me. The weight of God is for me. The glory I live. Zion, beautiful things I've spoken of you. How can I do such a nasty thing when I live in such a beautiful place? He has washed me and made me whole. How can I wallow in the mud when God has come? How can I wallow in the mud when I'm standing in this marvelous love? Huh? How can I wallow in the mud when I'm standing? He's placed me in this marvelous. Huh? Good things, great things, marvelous things are said. See, not only are you living in the city, but you are a part of the city.
Yes.
You got to understand that. We are the building of God. We are the bricks, the mortar, the building of God, the habitation of God. We are the city of God. Not only do we live in Zion, but we are a part of the city. So when God talks about the beauty of the city, he's not just talking about the land in the city. He's talking also about the people that live. The city is beautiful because the righteous live there. The city is beautiful because the firstborn live there. The city is beautiful because we make it beautiful.
Yeah.
Praise.
You can't separate the city from the people. Okay, and if you go to a bad neighborhood, the bad neighborhood is not just a bad neighborhood. It's the people that live in the neighborhood that make the neighborhood fun.
It's full of bad people.
So whatever the neighborhood is not just that because of itself. It's who live in the neighborhood.
Yes, right.
That make the neighborhood what it is.
Yes.
Because you can go to some neighborhoods and you don't see what you see in other neighborhoods. What's the difference? The buildings are made the same. It's the people that live in the neighborhood. You cannot separate the neighborhood from the people. If you got an ugly neighborhood, then you got some ugly people living in the neighborhood. If you got a beautiful neighborhood, it's because you got some beautiful people that live in the neighborhood. You got some people that care about where they live. You got some people that don't want that grass to be brown. You got some people that don't want to throw chicken bones out there in the yard. You got some people that want to clean up behind themselves. And that's why the neighborhood looks the way it looks. But you got to understand Zion is beautiful because beautiful people live there. The righteous. It's the city of the firstborn. City, the place, the habitation of the first. You're not waiting to get there. You're already there. Ain't no sickness in Zion. Where you live ain't no sickness in Zion. That's not a part of the boundaries. That's not a part of the foundation. Ain't no sickness in Zion. The righteous live here. Come on, let's go back to Hebrews. Go back to Hebrews, the 12th chapter. God says, he told Abraham, and he says the same thing to you. He said, Abraham, not only am I going to bless you, but I'm going to make you a blessing. See, when you begin to understand where you live, you now begin to be a blessing to other people.
All right.
Because you understand, I live in the city where the glory of God resides. I live in a place where the life of God abides. So not only am I blessed, but I'm so blessed that I can help somebody else. I'm so blessed that I can help somebody who's in trouble. I'm so blessed because I'm connected to a city and I can get some stuff changed in your life because of where I live.
Yes, yes.
He has blessed me. See, okay, the original plan with God, with Adam, he says, Adam, take this garden till the garden, work the garden, and enlarge the garden. That was Adam's job. His job was not just to live in the garden and take care of the garden, but to expand. He told Adam, he says, occupy. He told Adam, he said, take control over. He told Adam to subdue. In other words, he was telling him to take the garden farther than where it was, to enlarge the boundaries of what was already established. Not to stay where it is, but make it larger, take it out. See, you have been brought to the city, not just to be in the city, but to enlarge the city.
All right.
To expand the territory of where you are. But if you don't know where you are, then how can you expand the territory? If you don't understand where you live, then how can you expand where you live? You got to know where you live. You got to know what lives where you live. You got to know what abides where you abide. You got to know what don't belong where you are. If not, you'll go around and see something and think it has a right to be there and not realize this don't have no right to be here. This don't live in Zion. This don't live in Zion. This got to go. Glorious things are said. Okay. He says here, go back to Hebrews 12th chapter, go down to verse number 23. He says, to a general assembly, the church of the firstborn, which are written in heaven, and to God, the judge of all, and to the spirits of just men made perfect. To the spirits of just men made perfect. This is what he's saying to us. He's saying all of the men who have been born again. When he say men, he's talking about people. All of the people, men or women, children who have been born again, who have come and have been made a part of the assembly of the firstborn. He says they live here. He says their spirit lives here. That's very important. Their spirit lives here. Why is just their spirit there? Because they're waiting for the day when the last trump will sound, when the dead in Christ will arise, and their bodies will be changed to incorrupted bodies, where their bodies, which are sown in natural, will be turned to unnatural, or the body that was sown in mortality will be changed into immortality. But their spirit is in Zion with the presence of the Father right now. They're not waiting to get there, they're there now. Okay. Listen, Bishop body was sown in corruption. His spirit, way before he physically passed, had been born again.
Yes.
And was written in heaven.
Yes.
And so when his natural body passed, he just moved from this natural plane to the heavenly plane that he already lived in.
All right. Thank you, God.
See, a lot of people say, they think when you go to heaven, you're going to have to knock on the door and say, let me in.
Hallelujah.
Peter going to meet you at the door. No.
Thank you, God.
Baby, I'm already in the city.
All right.
Ain't nobody coming to give me access. I already have access. My name is already on the roll.
Yes.
My physical body, I'm just here because there's work for me to do here. But I'm already in the city. The city is already my home. I'm already an inhabitant, and everything that's there belongs to me here.
Yeah.
So he just moved from this natural, physical plane to where he was already residing in the spirit. And the Bible says he's waiting now. What is he waiting for? He's waiting for the day of the resurrection from the dead, where the last trump was sound and the dead and Christ will reign. Because see, his body was sown corrupt, but corrupt bodies can't go to heaven. So that body had to go to the earth. And so he's waiting for the day when the trump was sound, when that dead body that was sown into the ground corruptible is going to raise up let's go to Corinthians. Let's go to Corinthians. We're talking about people of Zion. See, a lot of people wait because you don't have the understanding that what you're waiting for, you already got it. You're waiting to go to heaven. Baby, you're already in heaven.
All right.
You're already a member of the Senate. You're already a citizen. You're already a citizen. Verse number 50, you can actually read that whole chapter, especially start verse number 35 all the way down. 1 Corinthians, the 15th chapter. But for the sake of time, I'm going to start at verse number 50, talking about the resurrection. He says, verse number 50, 1 Corinthians 15 chapter, verse number 50. Now this I say, brethren, that the flesh blood cannot inherit the kingdom of God, neither do corruption inherit corruption. Behold, I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall be changed. In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, the last trump, for the trump shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. For this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality. See, when this corruptible shall have put on incorruption, and this mortal shall have put on immortality, then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory. Oh death, where is thy sting? Oh grave, where is thy victory? Yes. It's been swallowed up. Now let me take you a little bit back in verse number, go to verse number 44. Verse number 44, he says, it is sown a natural body. It is raised a spiritual body. There is a natural body and there is a spiritual body. So it is written, the first man, Adam, was made a living soul, and the last Adam was made a quickening spirit. He says, just like there is a natural body, a physical body, this right here, he says also there is a spiritual body. There is a spiritual body that is in line with who I have been made to be. I cannot receive that body until the day of resurrection. But it's important for me to understand that though I have not received it yet, I have one. And though I have not received it yet, I am still in the city. Amen. You don't need the body to go to the city.
Amen. Amen. Thank you, Jesus.
You don't need the body. The Bible says that the city is full of men's spirit that have been made perfect.
Thank you, God. Thank you, God.
Think about what we're seeing. Think about what we're reading. In this city, there are only beings who have been made perfect. Righteous men, beings that have been made, this is what the Bible says, perfect.
Yes, yes.
Not broken.
Thank you, Jesus.
Not raggedy.
Thank you, God.
Not limping.
Thank you, Jesus.
Not poverty stricken.
Thank you.
Not suicidal.
Than's God.
Listen to what he's telling you.
Thank you, Jesus.
In this city,
Hallelujah.
every man, every person in this city have been made perfect.
Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus.
Okay. There's in the book of Joshua. There's a scripture, I don't know exactly the location, but it says something to like this. Joshua says to people, he says, how long will you be slack in inheriting the land? That's the question. That's the question that the leader asked the congregation, asked the people.
Yes.
He says, how long will you be slack?
18:3. And Joshua said unto the sons of Israel, how long will you be slack to inherit the land which the Lord our God has given unto you?
God has already given you the land.
That's right.
There's no doubt that the land belongs to you.
Amen.
The question that he asked the people is, how long are you going to be slack in possessing what is lawfully yours?
Yes.
To be slack means to be lazy. to be lazy, to be uninterested in doing what needs to be done, to mess around, to waste time, to not go forward when you're supposed to go forward, to be a procrastinator. That's what he's asking. He says, how long are you going to sit on the outside of what God has already told you belongs to you? How long? You tell me how long.
Jesus.
1 year? 1 day? 5 years? How long? The Bible talks about people who waited for the water for 33 years. I think the man was waiting.
Yeah.
Bible talks about people who stood at the, who sat at the gate begging all their life. So again, the question is, how long will you be slack to take possession of the land that the Father has already given? I'm telling you right now, the boundaries of the land, beautiful things are said about where you live. None of the people in Zion, the Bible says, will say, I am sick. It is a city of the firstborn. It is the place where God lives. It is a city full of men that have been made perfect. How long will you wait before you say, I am a part of that city? How long will you wait until you say, ain't no sickness in me because I live in Zion? I'm a part of the city, the glorious, not just any city, but the glorious city of Zion. Those that live here are sick. I am whole. I am a spirit made well, made perfect. The Bible says they heard the word just like you heard, but they didn't mix it with faith, so it did not benefit them. See, when you hear a word like this, you got to grab a hold of it, and you got to add faith to what you hear.
Yeah.
You got to say, listen, just like the Bible says, you have come. I'm not coming. He says, you have already come. You are already there. I'm not waiting. I'm already here. I'm already whole. But somebody say, well, I got a pain. I don't care what you feel. I don't care what you feel. I don't care what you feel. I don't care what the doctor tells you. The Bible says you have come to the city of God. The Bible, God says you have come to the city where I live. God says none that live here are sick. God says it is a city of righteous men made perfect. God said, I don't care what the doctors say. I have come. I'm here. Abraham could never say that while he walked the earth. But I can say, I have come. I'm here. I have arrived. I've made it. I passed from death to life.
Yes.
Sing a song, say, we're going to look like him one. I don't have to look like him one. I know how I made it over.
Yes.
His name is Jesus.
Yes.
He has brought me into the city. He has brought me into the very presence of the King of Glory. I know how I made it over. I made it over in